sharing some of the secrets and some of the things that I've learned over the years that have really helped me pick up this thing here and express myself and have a lot of fun. And there's going to be a lot of stuff in this lesson. So the first thing I want to say is don't think that you have to soak this all in one day, because everything that I've crammed into this lesson today could take a lot of time to learn and digest. So you're always going to have the link to practice this, to refer back to take it in. And there's going to be a challenge, all right? And at the end of it, there'll be several challenges depending on what level you're at and what you want to give a go. Okay, so don't worry if at any point you get a little bit overwhelmed and think it's too much, because I promise you, you will get it eventually. All right, so it is a lot. So yeah, nice to see you all here. This week is flying by though, isn't it? And I have to say the group has been on fire. I spent the last 2 hours going over everybody's videos. Sorry if I've missed anyone, but I think I've caught them all for the last day, and they've been absolutely superb. It's amazing to see people from all different levels, all different backgrounds, all different countries, and share this bluesy journey together, right? It's been very inspiring to see everybody go up, and it's such a positive space, such lovely people giving each other support, and it makes such a huge difference. Oops. Oh, I've just realised I'm not, oh, I've got my MacBook microphone on. I'm going to change that up very quickly, guys. For a second there, I thought... I'll get this. There we go. That's a little bit better. Right? Can everybody hear me loud and clear? Can you let me know before I start and I realise that half an hour into it that I'm nobody can hear me? Are we all good? Give me the thumbs up. I'm just going to wait. Give me a comment, guys. Somebody let me know you can hear me loud and clear. Yep. Much better. Good. All right. Good. All right. Thank you, Derek. Thank you, Noah. Thank you, Jeff. You guys are amazing. All right. So what was I talking about? I was talking about the group. Yep, and how amazing it has been. So let's just have a wee swatch, as we would say here in Scotland, at the group, right? Let's have a wee look here. Just to see. Look at all these posts. Alright, goes on forever and ever. People of all different levels, all different backgrounds. Look at all the hats. Look at the hats. Oh, that's not a hat. That's a hat. Look at that hat. I love that. Love that hat, Scott. I'm going to get myself one of them. Manny. Look at everybody. And it's been amazing. And everybody here is a top contributor. Look, top contributor. Top contributor. Oh, a couple missed, but top contributor. You know what I mean? And all that means is basically that everybody, it's not just about posting your own stuff. Everybody's engaging with each other, lifting each other up. And that's what it's all about. You know, so thank you to everybody for making this group what it is. And it's all about you guys. It's all about people and coming together and just sharing an experience together. You know, and if, again, I say it in every lesson, if you're new to this and you haven't joined the group yet, then there's links in the description to do that. The group's going to be open a week tomorrow, so next Friday it will shut, so people have still got plenty of time to get their videos in. So if you feel like you're lagging behind, it's easy to happen, right? Because it's been a lot over 5 days. Then you're going to have till next Friday to get all your stuff in. Alright, so yeah. Now what I'm going to do today, guys, right, just talking about it, and I'm getting a lot of people asking about what's happening to the group. and where we go from here. So, as I said at the start of the week, tomorrow at 5 p.m, I'm going live for the final lesson, but that is also when my school is going to be open up for enrolment, and you have the opportunity to keep this going and continue what we've been doing here in my own community, Acoustic Ascension School. And I'm going to show you a little bit about what that looks like just before we get started today, and then we're going to get into the lesson, and then you'll be able to join tomorrow if you like. All right, so now the big thing, if you've enjoyed this experience so far and you've learned a lot, the reason I think that is, and this is basically a demonstration of what I do in my school, is you need a goal. All right, if most people just sit watching YouTube, bouncing from lesson to lesson, and making incremental progress over a long period of time. All right, because they don't have any structure, they don't have any feedback, and they don't have a community like this that lifts you up and cheers you on, and therefore you don't have much reason to pick up your guitar and learn something new every week. And they're all things that I've tried to add in to my site so that it makes the learning experience so much better. So I'm going to show you this, guys, and then we're going to get on with the lesson. All right, so let me take you over to my site. Where are we? Here we are, and here's Noah. You might recognise Noah from the group. And the thing is, a lot of guys that you'll see on here are people like Greg here as well, Matt, Jez, Manny. They're all in the community. They were all in the bootcamp as well last time round, and they're still going. All right, so what happens when you sign up for my school, if you decide to come on tomorrow, then this is where everybody is. So first of all, you got all my courses and everything here. So everything that we've been talking about this week. Acoustic Ascension, this is my main course that I've talked about, and someone's going to be winning that at the end of this lesson. You get my lead guitar course, my blues course, my advanced course, guitar looping, all my songs, my YouTube lessons that are tabbed as well, and beginner courses. So there's literally hundreds of stuff here for everybody. All right. But it's not really about all the lessons. There's hundreds of lessons and stuff here. You can see the way it's structured is you've got the beginner courses here. So you've got the beginner's 10-day beginner challenge if you've just started out. You've got chords and strumming, classic songs, campfire acoustics. And then you've got the academy where you get the more advanced courses. So you get my beginner and intermediate course, Acoustic Ascension, lead guitar, advanced, blues, guitar looping. And you've also got all my YouTube lessons here as well. So if you follow me on YouTube, then you've got everything in the one place. All right. But where this community really shines is the live in the community factor, right? So this is where all my members are. So, and we're only a small group. It's not like a huge site with thousands of people on it. There's 552 people in total on here, right? And people from all around the world on the same journey as you, you know. So guys and ladies from America, Canada, Europe, all over the place. And it's much more than just a Facebook group or something like that. This is like our own private Facebook group with no ads and just guitar talk. All right. And down here you'll see the live classroom, and this is where I go live just like I'm going right now, but not as intense, not every day. I go live once a week, and normally we have a course that I'm teaching. It's like a live classroom where I stream to the community. And, you know, it's just like being in a classroom with a teacher. You can put your hand up and ask questions, and I'll teach something. All right, so the last course was the pick up and play course where I go through caged and triads and arpeggios and all that kind of stuff. And you get challenges every week. And just like the bootcamp here, people have to upload their videos. All right, and there's prizes. There's actually a leaderboard here. You can see from the people that are engaging the most. We've got Greg, who you'll recognise from the group as well. And yeah, again, I'm incentivising everybody with prizes and stuff every week as well. So it's really cool. You've got the live classroom. You get the replay videos, so you can always catch up and stuff as well. And then we have the Jam Club. This is where you can connect with people. All right, you can chat with your friends, with your guitar friends. And then probably the coolest thing about the site is the Council of Chords. Alright, so I'm just going to come back to you right now and talk to you a little bit about that, because this is a really special part of the group. It's a Zoom call where we all jump on and we see each other and we talk to each other. And normally it starts with a question like, is anybody having any guitar problems this week? And everybody pitches in their own experience, you know. So you can be sitting there from England, you've got people from Texas and Canada, all pitching in their own experiences. And what you get is you get a really enriched community who actually know each other. You bond, you make connections. And then when you're making posts, it's not like seeing random people. You actually know everybody. And community is such a strong part of what I do. And if you are completely learning online in guitar and you feel like you've not made the progress that you think you should have, then I think a big part of that is because there is no goal, there is no structure. You don't get feedback, you don't have any communication with a teacher, and you don't have a community of folk you can jam with. And that's another thing, we do open mics every week as well. Manny from Florida, he's a moderator now, and he does open mic jams where you can jump on and everybody can play a tune, and you can practice playing in front of guys just like yourself that are still learning, rather than do an open mic and sweat it out. Alright, so that's it, guys. That's tomorrow. I'm going to make you guys an offer at the very end, and hopefully I've tried to make it as accessible as possible so that if you want to join, you can. And I would love to take you all with me into my community, and we can all ride into the sunset with our guitars together and continue the journey. Alright guys, so spiel over. I'll tell you more about that tomorrow, and we'll get right into the lesson now. Alright, so I know there'll be plenty of questions in that, but I don't want to go too salesy, right? So let's get into the lesson. Okay, so pentatonic scale. This is the first thing that we need to know. So what is the pentatonic scale? Well, it's a scale, all right? It's a pattern that we can use to play over rhythm, all right? It's something that we can use as a roadmap, all right? Now, the pentatonic scale is a 5-note scale that's taken or derived from the minor scale, the natural minor scale. So I'm going to play the minor scale. I'm going to bring my camera a little bit closer up, right? Alright, now that scale doesn't sound too bluesy, does it? So what the pentatonic scale does is it takes 2 of those notes out. Okay, the notes that work best with rock and blues, and it basically takes away the guesswork. Alright, so if you're playing over a rocky track or a bluesy track, these 5 notes are going to be good. Alright, so it's a really good roadmap of the notes to use. So that's basically an explanation of it. Now, the way you read this is looking at your guitar like this. Okay, so the bottom strings are really the top strings. Alright, that's the way, just in case you're confused and you're not used to reading this. So the first dot you see there, the red dot on 5, we have 5, and then 8, and then 5, 7. Okay, the red notes are root notes. Okay, so that means that we're playing in the key of, I'm actually playing in the key of B here, I should be playing in the 5th fret. Alright, the red note is the A note. Okay, so that's home bass, that's the key that we're playing in. Okay, now we're going to do this pattern together. Okay, I'm going to play it first, and I want you guys to do it with me, right? So I'm going to go 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8. We climb back up again. I'll do that a little bit closer so you can see here, right? So we get 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8. You know, we looked at doing that triplets when we're looking at the open E blues scale. We can do the exact same thing here. And you can hear it sounding more musical when you start to do that, right? Rather than triple a, triple a, triple a, triple a, triple a, triple a, triple a. Alright, and I mean, take note of the root notes. Alright, very important to keep notes. Here, on the 5th fret, in the low E string, 7 on the D string, and then 5 again on the high E string. Alright, and that's unique. That's always home base. You always know when the root note is so that you can resolve to it. Alright, so that's always going to be where it feels like you need to resolve to. So this is the A minor pentatonic scale because I started on the A note here. Alright, but as we looked at all the notes in the fretboard, if I wanted to do the B minor pentatonic scale, I would find the B note. If I wanted to do C minor, I would find the C note. D minor. And so on. Now, probably some of you are asking about the major scale, but that is another lesson for another day. Alright. Turn up the guitar. Just want to see, can everybody hear the guitar okay? I'm just going to put the mic a little bit closer to the guitar. Alright, is that a little bit better? How's that, Ed? Are we okay? Are we good? You can hear the guitar okay, everybody? There's always something, isn't there? I'm just going to wait in the comments coming in, and then we'll get on with it, alright? A bit more, okay, I'm going to just... That's not too loud. Alright. Okay. All good, Tony. Okay, cool. Alright. Gonna get on with it, guys, right? So that is the now there's always something here, isn't there? I think I just need to turn this down a little bit like this. There we go. It's more important you hear the guitar than my voice, right? So, okay, good. Okay, so now, guys, we have the pentatonic scale, right? And there's other things we can do, right, with that. One of the coolest things, and this is one of the why A minor scale rather than the E scale that we did earlier. I just want to mix it up a little bit, right? Because the E minor scale is exactly the same. We had the blue note, the blue scale. Now I want to go over the pentatonic scale because this is very important. The minor scale differs from the major scale. Again, guys, I'm not going to get too into that because it'll take me on a bit of a tangent. But major scale is more suited to playing over major chords. Minor scale is more suited to playing over minor chords and blues as well. You can use the major scale, you can mix both of them, but again, that's gone down another kind of path. Alright, so I will I'm going to stick to what we're doing here. Now, this right here, one of the coolest things that I learned with the pentatonic scale, something I wish I learned a lot sooner, was how to play it in sequences. Okay, because you hear people playing it all the time and it sounds, well, I used to hear people playing it all the time and it sounded a lot more musical than how I played it. And they used to be going up and down the scale and it sounded so cool and so much more like vocal. And that is because they're playing in sequences. So I'm going to play a sequence, right? So rather than climb up the scale like this, I'm going to do. Alright, and that is basically just it. And yes, before you guys come out with the pitchforks, I do have the tab, alright? It's not this tab though. Yes, it is. Okay, and the thing is, you only really need to get the first two lines here, right? Because the pattern just repeats. Okay, so once you get this, 8, 5, 8, alright? 8, 5 in the high E, and then 8 on the B, and then back to 5, right? So 8, 5, 8, 5. And then 8, 5 on the B, right? And build that muscle memory. And then you just repeat it. This time from the B string. Alright, and you just climb up like that. Now obviously I spent a lot of time practicing that, and I'm so glad I did, because what it means is that when you start to play, you start to phrase, alright? You start playing in a more vocal way, a more expressive way, like a more conversational way is what I'm trying to say. Alright, because we don't speak like this back to that. We speak with a little bit of a bit of rhythm, right? So I hope you can understand the gobbledygook that I'm saying here, right? But basically, it's just a more expressive way of playing, and a less predictable way of playing the scale. You can add in some hammer-ons and pull-on. And then what's it? You can do the same pattern backwards as well, right? But again, I don't want to complicate things too much. We have this, and again, I will be sending all of this out via email. It'll all be up in the replay page when you watch the video. You'll have all of this here to work with as well. It's like a musical spider exercise, it is. But again, I think there's more. Spider exercises for me can be a little bit tedious and boring, but this really comes into, it really translates into what we're going to be doing and how we're going to be playing licks and things. So this is all going somewhere, guys, to the point where we're going to be able to take this and make some really nice music with it. So these are the steps that I would do if I was practicing the pentatonic scale. Practice, get shape 1 down. Alright, I'm just going to come away from this for a second. So basically, yeah, there's steps. You get the scale, practicing triplets. If I can do it right. And what we're doing is we're programming our hands. See, a lot of people dive into the licks right away, but if you do all this work beforehand, this is where, this is why a lot of people struggle when the licks don't sound the way they want them to. Put in this work first, and you're programming your hand to play things much more musically. So we do that, we do the triplets, and then we work on sequences. Okay, you all with me? Okay. Right, okay, so that's step. So again, I don't expect you to got all that right away, but I'm going to be moving on. Again, remember we've got the replay. Okay. And I'm going to move on to this. Now this is a huge part of what really opened up the pentatonic scale for me. Okay, now we're playing the exact same scale, we're playing the A minor scale, but we're taking, in the middle here, this is where box 1 would have been, right? But we're coming back into box 4. Now there's 5 boxes in total, and rather than learn all the boxes at once, something you can do is learn a little run that kind of implements a couple of boxes. Okay, so we come back here in the 3rd fret. That would be the 4th box. Slide into the 5th, and then we slide in. Slide into the. I'm getting mixed up. We come back to the 5th fret. We have the 5th box on the 3rd fret, and I'm very stuttery today. And then we slide into the 1st box, and then into the 2nd box. Okay, and what that looks like is. Alright, and this is, for me, a much nicer way of playing the scale rather than going up and down. You need to know that box. You need to know where it is visually, right? But, and a lot of people, I think, play along the fretboard, right? Rather than up and down it. And, you know, this gets you all the way to the dusty end of the guitar, which is pretty cool, right? So it means that you can play the scale. Now, the best way of thinking about this, right, is you have the low notes. It's just the same shape. We go 3, 5, 3, 5, 7. And remember where the root note is, 5 here. We don't need to start on the root note just because it's the A minor scale, right? We can go 3, 5, 3, 5, up to 7. We use that same shape, 5, 7, 5, 7, 9. And the B string's tuned a bit differently, so we've got a different shape. We start here with our middle finger and we go 8, 10, 8, 10. I didn't add that note in, but we can really slide up to 12 there, right? Okay, let's go back to the extension here. Alright. And we can get that last note there, right, in the 10th fret. We can slide that up to the 12th fret. I should have added that in. And again, we can do triplets. We can slide into those notes. Alright, so we all with me, guys? We good? Okay. Alright, so I hope you're all enjoying this, because this, for me, is amazing. Alright, I loved when I learned this, and I started practicing it all the time, and I can't express, guys, how much I practiced this stuff, right? So that I could get to a point where I could play up and down naturally. I sounded really scalesy at first and stuff, but again, just sitting watching the TV or sitting back and just really practicing programming my hand by repetitions. Alright. Okay. So right, so we've got the extension down. Now again, guys, I know I'm going past this pretty quickly, but again, you've got the replay instantly available, so you can go and take your time with this, right? And again, you don't need to have all this done by tomorrow, okay? You've got ages to do it, okay? So we have just a little recap, guys, right? You have the pentatonic scale. Welcome back to my normal camera. Right, so we've got shape 1, or pattern 1, triplets, sequence, extension, okay. Okay, and there's one other, let's see, do I have it here? Okay, Okay, now this is a little practice I just started doing. I started taking that kind of sequence thing here, and I applied it to the extension. And I have something like this. Let me do it right. And the way you think about it, you've got the low notes, the middle notes, the high notes. Okay? And we practice this. Again, these are all just muscle memory movements. Okay? Muscle memory practices. So when you come to playing the scale, where are we? I've lost it. Okay, now I do have that somewhere, but it just kind of disappeared from me. But that pattern there that I just showed you, I did have it, but it's kind of disappeared all of a sudden. Yeah, no, there we go. Here we go. That's sequence 2. Okay, and that's it. And again, this is going to be up on the site. 10, 8, 10, 8, 10, 8. Alright. Slide from 9. I take my third finger to 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5. And then again, slide. And then finish on the root there. Okay. So I'm just gonna look at the comments here. Do you have any questions? You understand, but you can't do it. Yeah, that's perfectly fine, Dennis. Again, you need to take your time with this stuff. Go over it nice and slow. And just take your time with it. Yeah, so the way the extension works, right, is just like when we played the open E blues scale. And we slide up into shape, into the extension. We're sliding up into shape 2 of the pentatonic. We're doing the exact same thing here when we come. And when we slide back the way, we're into shape 5. Now, the way that think about a revolving belt, right? You've got shape 1, okay? When shape 1 finishes, you get shape 2. When shape 2 finishes, you get shape 3. And then shape 3 goes into shape 4, shape 5. But behind shape 1, you have shape 5. Alright, so that's the way it works. So behind shape 1 you get shape 5, and so on. But the best way to practice this again is just to practice the scale, okay, the run. And try not to think about it too much, right? Because see the stuff that's going over your head right now, forget about it. It will make sense, alright? That's the way guitar is. The mystery unfolds. It demystifies over time. It's just the nature of it, right? You'll learn it, it'll sink in when you're ready. Okay? Okay, so we've got a lot of practices so far, right? A lot of different things that we can practice. And I really wanted to put an emphasis on this, guys, because I know it's been quite a lot. And again, I told you at the start that there was going to be a lot in this lesson, right? And we're not finished yet. And that's because I think a lot of people skip over the pentatonic scale. You learn the scale and then you learn licks, right? But in my own experience, when I put these practices into place, learning sequences, playing in triplets, playing up and down in runs and implementing different things, that's why I can play licks and stuff that sound musical and that I can put my expression into it. Because there's rhythm in this hand as well, you know, and I think that's really important to build up. So if you put that practice into your licks, along with your licks and stuff, then I think you'll get there a lot quicker, and you'll start to see the magic happen a lot sooner. So yeah, so Chad, he's one of my he's been on my community for one of the first that joined. He said, this little comment here: it took me months to get comfortable with this practice, at least an hour a day, and you still mess up. And that's it. That's just what you need to do. You just need to keep on practicing, put the reps in, as Chad would say, and you'll get there. You know, take it nice and slow. That's a big point, you know, just to practice slow. Don't practice fast, right? Because the most important thing is that you get the notes right. All right, you actually get your fingers where they need to be, rather than getting confuddled, right, and going too fast, right? You need to walk before you can run. But you know, you'll just notice over time you're getting faster because it's muscle memory. Your fingers remember where to go, and once they know that, things become you can get a lot smoother. Okay, guys, so on to the next part, right? And again, I'll go over any questions and stuff at the end, right? I'll bring the questions up again. So, do you remember these chords? Okay, so these are chords that we were using, right, in our last lesson, right? We had these kind of triad shapes. Okay, if I was playing in the key of A, I would use these triads up here. Okay, so I'm basically playing an A7, a D7, and an E7. That's our 1, 4, 5, right? Alright, so everybody who had to go at yesterday's lesson should be very comfortable. Not very comfortable, but you know what I mean. They should be comfortable with these chords. Okay, so and this is what we're going to do. This is what I call a magic box, right? Now, there's a few magic boxes where you can implement chords or triads and scales. Okay, and everything comes together. All right, as long as you do the muscle memory work. Okay, now we have our one chord, right? Our A7. We've got that D shape, 5, 6, 5 from the D string. Okay, and then we have our D7 triad, 5, 4, 5, and then our E7 triad, 7, 6, 7. So I have the 1, the 4, the 5, and I have shape 1 of the pentatonic scale. Okay, and there's lots of these little boxes around which will be part of the extended course that I'll be doing on the community. But this is one of the magic boxes, okay? And this can be translated anywhere. So if I wanted to play in the key of G, I would just do this. And then G minor pentatonic. If I want to play in B, or anywhere, C maybe. Alright, then I've got F and G. And then C minor pentatonic. Alright, so everything's movable. Okay, but we're going to stick to this, right? We're going to stick to A for this being, right? And we're going to play a 12-bar blues in the key of A. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to play with the chords, and then we're going to add in the licks, alright? So let's get the timing for the chords first. Now, I would call this the more intermediate to advanced practice, okay? For people that are beginners that really don't want to have a go at this right away, the challenges can be anything from this lesson. Okay, so just want to say that the challenges can be, you can upload just playing the scale, playing triplets, playing sequences, any of the practices that we've done. You can take anything from today's lesson and play it, and that will count as your submission. Or you can play more than one. It's up to you. You can play as many as you like. But this one right here would definitely be the one that I would consider the more testy. All right, but you guys have done great to get all your lessons in this week. It's been amazing, so I've got faith. Tomorrow's lesson, you're going to have a full week to get in, alright? Okay, so we have here, right, we've got... And we've got to play a 12-bar blues, and the rhythm we've got to do is we've got to slide in, upstroke, and then just down. We've got to stop the strings, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's a cool little thing as well I just threw in there. This is called the Hendrix chord. If you have a 7 and you add in your pinky and the B string, just to fret next to your third finger, you've got the this funky chord. Alright, anyways, That's it. So in between that, right? So again, try and go over it with me, guys. Now we're playing a 12-bar blues. We're playing the 1 chord for 4 bars. Not like yesterday, right? We did the 1 and then the 4 for 1. We've got the 1 bar, 1 for 1 bar, 4 bars, sorry. Okay, and then the 4 for 2 bars. The 1 for 2 bars. 5, 4, 1, and then climb up to 5. Okay? So nice and slow, right? You can play along this with me. If all the numbers and stuff sound like gobbledygook, just play along, alright? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's just the way I like to finish it off. And then alright, so we've got that. Now we need to put in the licks, right? So we're going to take the pentatonic scale and we're going to just take a nice simple phrase, right? We're just not going to get too complicated about it. And again, you can go as yeah, you can get as complex as you like, but we do 1, 2, time for lick, another lick again. Alright, so let's keep it simple. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick to these middle notes of the pentatonic scale, right? 5, 7, 5, 7. Okay, I'm going to do like a call and response thing where I hear 2 conversations happening, right? You hear like there's a question there, and then I'm just answering. That's the way to think about it, right? You play one lick and get answered it with something else. And really simple, 5, 7, or you can hammer on, and then 7, 5, 7. So and the counting 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. It's difficult multitasking, eh? So yeah, start off with that, right? You can add in some bend. 5, 7, 5. You can bend. And the best way to do it, right, is just take the same notes and start doing different stuff with them. Start experimenting, start bending, hammer on. Because you might want to use these notes up here, but guess what, they're the same note. Alright, low notes, middle notes, high notes. So get comfortable with this first. And then maybe start adding in the other high notes, just keep the phrasing the same. Alright, and you can be as simple as you like. See, he's doing something like that. It's even. How simple is that? Just one note. Now, it's also how you play the note, right? Got a little bit of vibrato there. Alright, but again, hopefully you've seen that from that exercise that you don't need to get too complicated, right? Of course, it's all about building muscle memory and being able to play a chord and play the note. It comes with practice, but start off simple, because if you can't play 2 notes well, what's the point in playing a bunch of notes, right? Start off nice and simple and build up your phrasing like that, okay? So I'm just going to come to the comments. That's basically the exercise today, guys. Play or the main one, right? If you can do that, play a 12-bar blues using those triad shapes and start filling it in with some licks from the pentatonic scale. All right, so okay. So any questions in any of that, guys? Okay, I'm just going to play this kind of through again, right? Just as I'm waiting any kind of questions coming in. All right, so again, I could do that. Our famous lick, right? And when you get used to it, when you get comfortable with this exercise, you kind of get used to the timing, and you can hear your way. You can hear the bar to climb back to that number 5. All right. Okay, guys. So before we announce today's winner, I'm just gonna again wait to see if there's any questions about any of that, and just again confirm that is it. You can take anything from today's lesson and play it, and you've got till tomorrow to get something in, and then tomorrow we're going to have the improvisation lesson where we're going to lose, and again this has all been very structured and well thought out, and tomorrow's lesson is going to be the pinnacle of it, of everything coming together when we do what blues is really all about: expression, improvisation. That's all going to come together tomorrow. And tomorrow I'll be giving away 2 $50 vouchers to Amazon, putting my hands in my pockets, alright, for the again, it's all based on effort and engagement in the group, alright, so that's up for grabs tomorrow. Greg, can you show us those 2 shapes again? So you mean the triad shapes, Greg? Is that what you're talking about there? You're talking about the triad shapes. I'll just wait on your answer coming in. Karen, do you teach 1-on-1? I do like a 1-on-1 program. And I'll tell you about that tomorrow. There's going to be a 1-on-1 option with me tomorrow as well, which I didn't add in before. So you've got the option to join the community and do everything as a group where we learn together. But a lot of folk on the community I do teach privately as well. So there will be an option to take up private lessons with me as well as everything else that you get. All right, so I'll tell you a little bit more about that tomorrow. All right, I'm excited to share it with you, and I'm hoping you guys all come along. All right, because a lot of the guys in this group are people that came to the last boot camp and came into the school, and we've just continued, and now we're back again, and we'll be back again. I won't be doing this again until January. At earliest. Okay, so the next and that will be when the school enrolls again. So the videos, I'll keep these videos open probably until the next boot camp. Okay, until next year. Okay, so these videos will be up for ages. You'll be able to access them on the site. They'll be on YouTube. Alright, on YouTube there's ads and stuff though, so on the site you get to play it without any interruptions. Discord, I don't like Discord. I don't know. It never sticks with me. I mean, you see the community aspect that I have is so much more suited for this kind of stuff, with uploading guitar videos and things like that as well, which you can't do in Discord. And again, we have weekly Zoom meetings. It's just, yeah. Alright, so the triad shapes, Greg. Okay, so the triad shapes, I'm just going to go over them one more time here. Okay, so, and again, the way to think about this is to think about, this is what we're really playing here, right? I want to play an A7 triad. So I think about this chord here, and I take the D, G, and B strings out of this. That's how I can navigate when I'm playing. So when I think about the A note, I start here on the 5th fret and make that D shape. If I want to do the B, I would do here. C. Alright. Now, the other box, right? Remember, you get the 1, 4, 5. 1, 4, 5. So when you think 1, think this. 4, think this. Which is just the B7 shape. Alright, 5, 4, 5. In the same shape, caged system stuff. 7, 6, 7. Alright, like that. So, that's it. Alright, just like playing a B7. And that's the caged system. B7, C7, C sharp 7, D7, D sharp 7, E7. Alright, that's why learning the notes in the fretboard will help you play all over the neck. Alright, once you understand how caged and triads and stuff work together. Alright. Yeah, so keep the sessions open. Because I think it's needed. Like I said, I don't expect anybody to take this. What I'm teaching you today, I didn't learn it in one day. So it took me a long time to get all this stuff together. But I just wanted to make something that was really comprehensive and had all of this stuff, right? That I think, again, the groundwork before teaching you licks and teaching you stuff like that. If you do these practices and routines and you practice at them and you stick with them, like Chad said, I mean, he's been at it for months and still not got it the way he wants it. You need to keep on at it, make it part of your practice routine, and you'll start to see the magic come in. You'll start, oh, I'm actually playing. That sounds good now. It doesn't sound scalesy, because I've been there, and I'm just sharing how I've done it and how I've learned. You know, so extensions are so powerful. The greats like Clapton, Gary Moore use them all the time. Exactly. You know, these like take Clapton if he did. And then he's got the Layla, if you know that. So he played that in D minor, and you've got the. And I know that's shape 1, sliding up into shape 2, and then he comes all the way back to shape 4. And all this stuff is powerful, and the way this is how I've learned looking at guys like Clapton and John Mayer, and when I see them playing, I ask, why are they playing that? What scale are they using? What's going on there? What triad shape is that? What chord is that? And that is how my light bulbs moments happen for me. Mindy Snipes, I've hung out with Drunk Tony as well. Really? Oh, I feel sorry for you if you've met Drunk Tony, because Drunk Tony doesn't remember, which is typical of Drunk Tony. Great to have replay. I like to slow it down and learn review. It's like hanging around with Drunk. Oh, now I get it. When you play me really slow. Yeah. I don't drink alcohol for good reason. I'm a total lightweight, by the way. So yeah, I think a lot of people play me slow. A lot of people don't understand what I'm saying half the time. My E's and my A's. Honestly, sometimes I watch my videos and I don't know what I'm saying. So I don't know what chance you guys have, but I must be doing something right if you're watching me. So, all right, glad you got it, Greg. All right, guys. So my stomach's rumbling, which means dinner time here in Scotland. So I'm glad. I'm happy you're all here. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you really enjoyed that. I'm looking forward to seeing your videos come up in the group. If you've got any questions, let me know in the group as well. If you're not in the group already, it's in the description. It doesn't matter if you haven't joined or you haven't uploaded yet. It's not too late. Again, there's a week to get your videos and stuff up. Okay? So even if you've not uploaded the day 1 yet, there's plenty of time. Alright? Because it's a lot of fun. And and again, tomorrow we'll be doing improvisation, and then the enrollment for the school opens, and I'm going to make you guys a fantastic offer, and hopefully you come riding into the sunset with us. But either way, we're going to have a lot of fun. So take it easy, guys. Have a lovely night, and I will see you all tomorrow. Mwah.